Good afternoon, and welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to our Hermitpack modded Minecraft Let's Play series. So, I want to go ahead and say Happy Christmas Eve, you guys, and also I hope you have a great Christmas. As I've said before, in case you didn't hear, there will not be a challenge mode tomorrow. Of course, that's because it is Christmas. And since the last episode, I've mainly been doing a lot of just kind of setting up, getting everything situated. Over here we have some animals that I went and got. I made a golden lasso from extra utilities. Hey, why is there a wither cat in my home? Ow. Okay. Alright. And then we've also got some vines planted down because I know that I'm going to need a lot of vines for this area. Some sugar cane. We got some different kinds of trees planted. And over here I've got some different things, some different drawers set up for the crops that we're getting in vines and sugar canes and all of that good stuff. In addition, I did make a lumber axe just because it, of course it chops down the entire thing in one go, and I also went ahead and gave it hastest, so it's fairly quickly as far as breaking down larger trees and what have you. And as of right now, dark oak is my main, it's moving into being my main crafting wood, and then oak is for decoration right now, because this thing is taking an absolute absolute ton amount of wood. So it's very much a work in progress, but it's coming along. I've also started sorting out some of those chests. That also takes a very long time. There's a lot of materials in there. I don't know why I took the ladder back down. I usually just bounce. But today, what I want to work on is I actually want to get started with Botania. I went ahead and made a flower pouch and went out and gathered a few flowers of each color. And basically, I want to get started with that mod because there's something that is holiday themed that I want to go ahead and get. Do we not have any bones left? Okay, actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make a composter. Just take some planks and some wood casing. Nothing too bad. There's our wood casing. Why did we get another Actually Editions book? It's like every time we go to craft anything from Actually Editions, it's like, here's you another book. I think we've got like 3 or 4 of them now. But anyway, this composter, the way it works, let's go ahead and we'll just set it right here. And now to actually get the compost, we're going to have to make some biomash. This stuff is, this biomash is made with any kind of food and just a knife from Actually Editions. So let's get ourselves a knife. We're going to need a knife blade. It's flint and stuff. Okay, let me go grab those things. 2 pieces of iron, a piece of flint. Okay, so now we're all set. Let's get our knife blade, and then we'll get our knife handle. Throw those together and we'll get our knife. And then what we can do is we can take this with like any 4 pieces of food, and that's going to get us a bit of this biomash. I'm going to go ahead and make a couple stacks of it. And this biomash, if you run it through a composter and you give it just a bit, I want to say it takes a little while to do. But what we're going to do is let's make a chest. And basically this stuff can go in a full stack at a time if you so desire. And it's going to make quite a bit of biomash from a stack. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and tell you that you're going to extract, always active. You're going to insert, throw that biomash in there, and then we're going to pull out of this one into another chest. So it's kind of automated right now. This is just temporary, but we'll let that run for a little while. Basically, the compost that we're creating is going to act the same way as bone meal. So since we don't have any bones or bone meal right now, we can just make biomash into compost and we're set. So anyway, while that's running, let's go ahead. I did make some stone. I've been making it for these mossy stone bricks, but we're going to need it here in just a second. We actually don't need as much as I just made, but that's okay. And I think our Botania area we're going to set up, for right now we're just going to do over here. everything, all this stuff's going to get organized down the road, but for right now this will work. So let's go ahead, let's get ourselves a crafting station to work with. We'll set that right there. And then what I want to do is I'm going to want a petal apothecary. I'm going to need some cobblestone for that though. Oh, and our first bit of fertilizer's done, so we'll go ahead and snag that. And then it took the next stack and threw it in there. Let me get a stack of this. And we'll go ahead and snag, let's just get these. We've got a bunch of purple flowers that I came across. So we'll go ahead and get ourselves a petal. And we'll make a petal apothecary. And this, let's just set it, we're actually going to set up right over here. And the first thing that we're going to want is going to be a pure daisy. And actually, let's go ahead and just get 2 of them. Pure daisy, it's always nice to have 2 of those. So, it's 4 white petals. And then a seed. Oops. I don't know what I just threw on my bucket. And there we go. There's our 2 pure daisies. And we'll just set those up. And then we'll go ahead and start converting some wood and stone to get ourselves some living rock and living wood. So we'll just surround this stuff. Like that. And then the next thing that I want to do is I want to go ahead and plant some flowers that we're going to need. So I know we're going to need brown. And I know that we're going to need red, orange, light gray. I've only got 1 of those. Or at least I think we're going to need all of these. We'll see. So what we'll do is we'll just plant those into the ground there. And then we can fertilize it. And it works the same way as bone meal. So that's great. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some orange. And this purple really wants to be planted. So let's go ahead and plant it as well. And so then what we can do is we can just shear these. Like that. And then these will turn into 4 more petals that we can snag. And then we can just rinse and repeat, keep planting these. So I'm going to plant these back. And we'll have like a little bit of an orchard for our Botania flowers to get started with. And actually for the longest time I forgot that you could even do this. I'll be honest with you. And then when I was doing the challenge recently, it was brought up that I should be doing that, and I was like, oh yeah, forgot about that. There's also the magical fertilizer, but honestly the magical fertilizer is kind of a waste. Just get 1 of each flower and phew, you're done. I mean, I guess to start out with, if you can only find certain flowers, it's not too bad, but anyways, let's go ahead and grab our living wood and our living rock, and we'll get started moving a little bit deeper into the mod. But basically there's a seasonal item that I really want to get from Botania before it goes out. As well as I want to get started with Botania. Botania and roots I think are going to be a lot of our magic in this area, you know, because it's, you know, it fits the theme and everything. So, but let's go ahead and we will, first up we'll get our Wand of the Forest. So just like this. Purple is fine. It's my favorite color, so I'll take it. And then I also want to go ahead and get a mana pool. And now we've got to wait on some more living wood. I need to go grab some more dark wood. I've got like 700 dark wood. So honestly, you get it like super fast when you break those trees, because it's like, you know, nearly a stack every time you break down one of those trees. And so you tend to stay pretty good on wood. That's why I'm using it for all of our crafting purposes and things like that, because you know, it's a lot easier for us to get than oak, because I've been using oak a lot. So let's go ahead and get our very first mana spreader, just like this. And then I also want to go ahead and make a few flowers. So what we're going to make is we're going to make Endoflames. Of course, Botania doesn't have day blooms and nightshades and all that anymore. Now you go straight into Endoflames, so it's just 2 brown, a red, and a light gray. So we'll go ahead and break these down into petals. And I'm going to make a decent number of endo flames to get started. It's not like petals are really an issue. So we'll go ahead and throw those in there. And there's our very first endo flame. Let's get some more water in this. We're going to make 8 of these to get started. A little bit overkill, but that's okay. Okay, so we've got all 8 of our endo flames. Now, the next thing that I want to do is let's just set this up. What we'll do is we'll do our mana spreader like right here. And then we'll just do our endo flames around it. I want to say that 8 is pretty much as a standard mana spreader is going to be able to move. It may not even, I think it's like not quite able to move all of that, but it's pretty close, so we're going to go with it. And then let's go ahead and make ourselves just a stack of blocks of coal. And we'll go ahead and get this producing mana. The endo flame produces mana, of course, from any kind of combustible objects, any kind of combustible blocks. And so now it is producing mana. And 8 endo flames, they're gonna run those blocks of coal for about 10 minutes. It's gonna take them about 10 minutes to run through those, and that entire time they're going to be steadily producing a fair amount of mana for us. The next thing that I want to go ahead and make just really quick is a sag mill. Since the actually Additions Crusher can't do this operation that I want to do. And then with the sag mill, what I want to do is we'll just put it right here. That's fine. And I just want to make up a bit of string. We're just going to throw that in there. Basically, the sag mill is going to break that wool down into string for us, because we're going to need that for later on. Then let's go ahead and get ourselves just a couple mana diamonds to get started moving forward with Botania. And the first thing that I want to get is a runic altar. Very easy. And then let me go ahead and get another mana spreader. I need some more wood here. And we'll just set this mana spreader up like right here. And then we'll throw down our runic altar like right here. And let's link them together. So this knows to fire its mana blast at the runic altar if I'm doing any sort of crafting or whatnot. And the next thing that I want to grab just really quickly is just a mana tablet. Basically, this thing is going to absorb mana. You can either do so in a mana pool or by making a band of aura, which is what we're going to make. And basically, it's just going to generate mana as we move around and whatnot. Then we'll do that with our mana tablet. Oh, I meant band of aura, not band of mana. Whoops. That's okay. Band of mana basically just stores mana just like a mana tablet would, so it's actually something that I wanted to make anyway. It just wasn't what I meant to make right this second, but that's okay. Band of aura is what we actually want. And to make this, we're going to need a, we're going to need 9 mana steel. We're also going to need a mana pearl as well. Then what we need to do is we need to throw 5 pieces of mana steel on there and then that mana pearl. And that's going to start our runic altar running. And you'll notice right there, it's the picture of the mana rune is slowly filling up. And once it's done, we're going to have some lightning effects coming out of the top. And we'll just throw a piece of living rock on top and then smack it with our wand of the forest. And that gets us our rune of mana. And so then what we can do is we can just make our band of aura and equip it. And then what we can do is as we run around, you'll notice there the band of mana has built up a little bit of a blue bar. That's basically how much mana is built up in it. Now, like I said, you can also use your mana pools to fill it up if you so desire. And the way that works is if you set it to function mode and you shift right click, you can change between giving mana to mana tablets from the pool or providing mana from the mana tablets to the pool. So if you have it set like this and you take off your ring and throw it in there, it's going to drain the mana from that ring or the mana tablet if that's what you have. Okay, never mind. Maybe it only works with mana tablets in 1.10. It used to work with a band of mana, but it doesn't seem to be pulling the mana out of the ring for me. So anyways, it's still a way to build up mana and store mana because we're going to use it with other jewelry. And the next thing that I want to make just really quick is the Sojourner's sash. So a little bit of a speed boost here. We're going to need a rune of earth that takes stone, block of coal, and mushroom. All we need is a mushroom now. And we're also going to need this mana powder, which is just gunpowder thrown in a mana pool. Then we're also going to need a rune of air, which is string, feather, and carpet. So not an issue. Let me get those things together just really, really quick. It's going to start running. And this works just the same way as when we made the rune of mana. There's our rune of earth. And then now we just need to make our rune of air. I'm actually just about out of gunpowder. I do have a catalyzing gland, which you can use to make gunpowder, but there's actually a lot better uses for the catalyzing gland than making gunpowder. So, which we can actually make gunpowder with a cobble gen. So we may, in the very near future, we're going to be setting up a cobble gen. Possibly next episode, but maybe next episode do like a cobble gen and a wood farm, because that's two things that we really, really, really need. So it's very, very possible that may be what we do. Now in addition, we're going to need 1 mana steel and then just 4 pieces of leather to get this. Sojourner sash is probably one of my favorite items. Well, the Sojourner sash and then the upgraded variants of it. But let's go ahead and snag this. And of course, the Sojourner sash is going to allow us to move a little bit quicker and also jump higher in addition, which also makes moving around with our slime belt even better, a little bit faster, and we get a better initial height as far as that goes. And by the way, you can hold shift if you don't want to bounce. That's going to stop your bounce. You are going to take damage from it though if you don't have some method of slow fall or something to protect you from falling damage. But you'll notice our actual jump height is pretty decent now. It's like 2 blocks, and we also have auto step assist. So if I just run into this, we'll step up it. So, very, very nice. Now, the next thing is a seasonal item that I do suggest if you get a chance, I would go ahead and rush for it. We're going to need a bit of... Oof, that's going to be the worst part, is I don't know that we have enough mana for this. But basically, this stuff, do it in a 2x2. We're going to get some of this mana weave cloth, which is what we're after. Yeah, this is going to take a little bit of mana. Kind of low on mana at the moment. Alright, so give me a minute. I'm gonna let all this stuff build up real quick. Alright, and now that we have that, what we can do is we can make a holiday variation to the Mana Weave outfit, which is the Santa Weave. And I know I just made this on my Direwolf series, the episode before last. It's like the last Wednesday. So, but I did want to get Botania started on here because there is a lot of stuff from Botania that we're going to want moving forward, especially with the house design that I want to use and everything. There actually is quite a bit. So here is our Santa Claus. I love this outfit too, by the way. I think it looks really, really good. I am going to switch those boots out though. We're going to have to have our green slime boots. We have to. Now I will say with combat and stuff, I mean this stuff's not the best armor. You'll notice I only have 2.5 defense wearing this. But I may actually try to make a few extra outfits. It does take a little while to generate all that mana. It took about 20 minutes to get it all generated and everything. But I may make a few sets so we can put them on mannequins and stuff. I don't believe they change back after Christmas. If they do, that's okay. I don't think that they do. I think if you craft them as Santa Weave, they stay Santa Weave. But yeah, anyways, you know, we got our Botania setup at least started, and we'll do more of this in the future. It'll probably be a few episodes before we get back into Botania. But there is a lot of like really nice new items that have been added with Botania that we'll get into, and there's some specific ones that I really want for decorating the base and everything, and adding some really nice touches to it. And also roots is another mod that we're going to get into. We'll still get into like blood magic and stuff, but as far as decor and stuff, we're going to decorate more towards roots and Botania, I think, just because it fits the theme of the build and everything. So we'll have a blood magic area though that's decorated out blood magic style. But anyways, I do believe that it's just about wrapping up point though. I'm going to try to get more building done. Of course, tomorrow there's not going to be any like normal scheduled episodes or anything like that, with it being Christmas and everything. So, and I know we have some stuff you know, to do like the day after Christmas and everything. So everything will be a little bit unstable over the next few days, but that's just due to the holidays and everything. But once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already for more daily videos. And next episode, like I said, we're probably going to do the cobble works and the tree farm, and then before long I want to get back into power and start pushing our creosote setup a bit more, because we can get a lot more power generation out of that with the next 2 steps for that. So I will say that whenever we do the next step, we'll probably just go ahead and do the next 2 steps, because they kind of go hand in hand, and they're honestly very easy to set up. And yeah, so I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas Eve and a wonderful Christmas, and enjoy the holidays and everything, and the time off. I'm assuming you guys are probably off. If you're in school or work or whatever, I hope you're not having to work on Christmas or Christmas Eve or anything like that. So, yeah, so I hope to see you guys next time, and until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys then.